What's up, guys? I'm Chris, here with DeVille Magic, and today you're watching a magic review on Drop Call by Kyle Purnell and Zach Evans. What is Drop Call? Well, in short, Drop Call is a complete phone vanish, but how you choose to use it is really up to you. It comes with built-in routines, or you can, get creative and come up with your own applications. I'll get more into that later. I want to show you guys something using a coin. In order to do that, though, I like to use a distraction. I like to use something everybody has, a phone. Let's see, is the light on? It is. Okay, perfect. See, when you were looking at the light, you weren't supposed to be. You were supposed to be looking at the coin. Now, it's gone. And when I say gone, I don't just mean the coin. I mean the phone. The phone is gone too. I want to show you guys something interesting I learned with my phone the other day. It uses the flash. Here, I'll show you. Sometimes you can actually steal the flash, put it back on. Sometimes, though, the flash, it actually disappears. Nobody really knows where it goes. I mean, sometimes it's the flash, sometimes it's the whole phone. You never know what you're gonna get. Just something interesting I learned the other day. So those are just a couple applications that I use Drop Call for. I like to perform it as something quick, visual, and this is perfect for that. If you do strolling magic, tableside magic, any kind of walk around, this can be a great opener. I usually start off with my turbo stick to sponge balls routine, do my sponge balls routine, and then roll into Drop Call by using it to demonstrate misdirection. So I find that works for me. Now the downside can be ditching the phone, especially if you don't have sleeves. You have to kind of come up with, you got to get creative. Put it somewhere unnoticeable, like your hat. No, I'm kidding. Actually, the ditch is super easy, and the guys go over different handlings and methods of ditching the phone if you want to aim clean, which you probably will. But with this routine, or pretty much whatever routine you're going to use to perform Drop Call, or when you're using this, all the misdirection is built in. So getting rid of things is super easy, and I think you'll have an awesome time performing this. Drop Call comes in a hard shell box. Inside the box you get your phone case, which you can actually change out if the white case doesn't suit you, or if you want to match the case of your everyday phone that you use. You also get the gimmick. You get a link for the tutorial. You get the charge cable, because the unit itself is rechargeable. You won't have to do it often, but the option is nice, being able to do that. And then you get an extra cover for the charge port in case you misplace the one that comes in it. So that was the tutorial. Video's shot really well. You got the two guys talking to you, Kyle and Zach. You get 20 different videos. Now this some of it's on history, what it took to make the gimmick, and Kyle shows where it started and the process onto where it got now. You get a few different routines, as well as alternative handlings, bunch of different ideas, and then some extra subtleties that'll just help improve what you're already doing. Drop Call is a pretty easy trick to perform. Like I said, it depends on the routine you're doing and if you want to end clean. Most people will want to end clean. You don't have to. The way that it's designed, you are kind of able to show everything while the gimmick is still in play. But for me personally, I like to end clean. I like to be able to, swing the case around, hand it out if they want to see it. I haven't actually had anybody ask to see the case, but if they do, you're able to do it. So that's always nice. So yeah, you would need to learn a ditch, which is simple because the misdirections all kind of built in, like I mentioned earlier. So the difficulty level, it's really quite easy to perform. You're just going to want to practice, obviously, and you know, watch what you're doing in front of a mirror, just your angles as far as getting rid of certain things. Well, speaking of angles, that brings me to that topic. The angles of this are pretty good. I mean, you want, I'd say about 180 degrees, like in front of you. I have done it with people on my side. It depends too. Like sometimes I'll want to start off as if I'm on the phone, come down, you know. So sometimes people are more to your side. You basically just don't want people to see the face of the phone, you know, where the screen is, because without, you know, tipping methods or anything like that, I think it's safe to say that the phone vanishes, obviously, that something happens there, right? So you don't want anybody looking directly where the phone screen would be, but other than that, your angles are pretty good. And there's the guys go over multiple ways on the actual vanish itself, different ways to do that. So some are more angle proof than others. Everything's ready to go out of the box. You shouldn't have to recharge the unit for a long time. It's not going to use up a lot of the battery, because it's not like you're holding the flash on for a super long time. Usually it's a second or two, right? So yeah, everything's ready to go, and you shouldn't have to worry about doing anything with the unit itself for a long time. Like I perform this usually daily, and if I'm actually working a gig, multiple times in a day. And I think I had the unit a couple months, I think, before I even attempted to charge it. And we're gonna get back to that in a little bit, and you'll understand why. The nice thing about this is there is no setup and an instant reset, so you really can just carry on if you're doing strolling or table magic from one table to the next, and really there's nothing that you have to, you can do everything in your pocket in a matter of, you know, a second. So instant reset. So is drop call a worker? Well, I carry it on me all the time if I know I'm performing magic. If I don't plan to go out and perform anything, it's not on my everyday carry, just because, you know, it would be like you're carrying two phones, and you know, if you don't plan on doing magic, the extra pocket space isn't ideal. But it is a worker. It's, if you're working an event, or if you plan on doing some magic, yeah, I always carry this on me. With the instant reset, it's perfect for table to table, or for strolling. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, it can be a great opener. It's quick and it's visual, and it catches people's attention. So I would absolutely say this is a worker. You know, if you want something that's going to break the ice, and you don't want to go up to somebody, pull out a deck of cards and here, pick a card, because sometimes people, you know, some card tricks are really great, and I perform quite a bit of card magic when it comes to my working gigs, but I don't tend to open with that. So this is great, and this is one of the things that I open with. So is drop call worth your money? I think so. Yeah, it's $40. It's well made. It's a good unit. The quality is there, and it's simple to perform. I use it all the time, so I'm going to say that it was worth my money. And if you're a worker, if you do paid events or paid gigs, I'd say this is definitely for you. I don't really think you have to have a specific style to perform this. Like it's so quick and snappy that you know, it's something that people are they're not going to expect it, and it's going to look good. So yeah, I'd say this is worth your money. It's not overly expensive, and it's a great routine. So finally, this brings me to some of the pros and the cons. The pros, this is simple to do phone vanish. Um, Everybody has a phone, so you're not using a magic prop, right? It's something that people can relate to, or at least recognize right away. So with that, it's somewhat feels organic, or maybe not necessarily impromptu if you're working and people know you're a magician, but if you I guess stage it, not really, but if you present it right, where it looks like you're on the phone, or you're using the phone for a bit, maybe you're texting or just scrolling through your news feed, um, and then you go into that somehow, that'll look a lot more impromptu in a sense. But so the pros are, it's something everybody can recognize, and it's simple to do, right? I think it's a great trick. The cons, like David at Magic Orthodoxy, he had mentioned that one of the cons, maybe for some people, the pocket space, because essentially you are carrying two phones. So it does take up a bit of pocket space. If you don't, that's why I said, if I don't plan on doing magic, or if I'm just going out and somebody wants to see a magic trick, I usually just have like my wallet, and I'll do something with that rather than carry around the two phones. But if I am performing, then it's on me, and the pocket space isn't enough to deter me from using this. I do like to. Oh, and another. Sorry, I'm going to go back to the pros for a sec, because I wanted to mention this, and I said I was going to mention this. If you if the white case doesn't suit you, the guys give you options on switching things out. So I ordered a black case. It looks better with the white case, but I ordered a black case because I enjoy doing some other routines that use my real phone. Um, so I wanted to be able to do those and drop call, and not have people realize that I'm switching from a black case phone that I use to a white case that vanishes. So anyway, I use a black case. So that's a pro, is that you can customize the look of this to match what suits you, or to match the phone that you normally carry. So that's a great thing. Now, back to the cons, or the negatives. The one negative that I had, but it was a mistake. It's not something that was how do I put this? It technically was designed wrong, but not intentionally. Like, it wasn't part of the thought process. So with the first run of drop call, with the charging cables, the magnets were inverted. So when you with a lot of the units, when you went to charge your unit, the polarity was off, and you would actually short your the gimmick out. So with that said, there were a lot of failed units because of that. However, and that did happen to me, but I got a lot of use out of this before I even had to charge it. But if this happens to you, well, what I did is, first I contacted Kyle, and Kyle was really good about it. He had right away said, yes, that has happened to some people because of this reason, and there was never any question. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you must have did something wrong, sorry, you better buy a new one, right? Actually, before I even reached out to Kyle, I purchased a new one, just because I didn't want to go without being able to use this. But Kyle encouraged me to contact Ellusionist, who I bought the product from, and as far as customer service goes, they were great. They got back to me right away. They refunded my purchase after they seen that I had already purchased it, because they were going to just ship me out a new one, but he noticed that it was already a purchase I had made. So sent me the refund. I got the product. This was after the first run, which I think if you're purchasing it now or in the future, it's you're not going to have to worry about that issue. But if that does happen to you, just contact the distributor, and the issue is known, and they should be really good about it. So, I'm not going to necessarily say that that's a con, because it's been corrected. It was never intended. It was just a mistake, and mistakes happen. So whatever, everything worked out. It was all everybody was all really good about it. I have I have no complaints. It's not something that I can complain about anymore. So with that, that's my review for Drop Call by Kyle Purnell and Zach Evans. I hope you got something out of that. If you enjoy this content, or if you find it informative, that's what I'm trying to do for you guys. Not everything is brand new, but I like to start off with things that I have experience with, that I go out and I use, or have used. So with that, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't seen my first video on the Shadow Wallet, check that out, and hope to see you around again. Thanks.